Hey there, everyone. This is Mystic Fish, and welcome to episode 66, if you can believe it, of our Factorio series on building an upgradable base. Last episode, we had a major milestone, which was we got ourselves upgraded to blue belts coming out of our smelting for all of our inputs. And let's take just a quick check. We have a fair amount of headroom on power. So that is good stuff. Let's see. It's time to start fixing some bottlenecks here. Let's just take stock of where we are. It looks like, I think at the end of last episode, I think we had said we were at, 350 signs per minute. It's actually more like 430. And that was because right before I looked at that final graph, I did one final oil processing upgrade. And so that eked out a little bit more production for us. But anyway, we are off and running. Okay, so next thing to do is Purple Science. Purple Science update. These updates are pretty fast. Pretty fast to. Well, let's see. They're fast to kick off. But they may take a while just to sort of build all of the beacons and stuff, or all the modules and stuff. So in this case, what we want to do is we'll move to the tier 2 build of this, which all that's really required is we need to swap out the speed 1 modules that are still in here, turn them into prod 1 modules, and then everywhere there's a tier 1 module, we turn it into a tier 2. So that'll have tier 2 prod modules in here, tier 2 speed modules out here. And so I think the easiest thing to do here is we just do this. We just drag down the middle there and up the middle here. This is our upgrade planner that's swapping out the speed modules for the prod modules. Okay, and then having done that, we now apply our tier 2 module upgrade like that. And then we basically just wait for the bots to do all that. We wait for the base to produce all that stuff. Let's see. In the meantime, I'm going to go off camera. I might add one more row to the nuclear power plant. I might add an outpost or two if there's a convenient place to do that, but otherwise we'll just be back once this is done. Okay, we're back, and that did not actually take very long. We now have more purple science going, and it would appear that yellow science is the next bottleneck. Which we can come up here and see that, yes, indeed, we are getting some leftover purple science coming out. We're getting leftovers of everything else except for yellow science, so that's the next thing that we need to upgrade. I will, just one quick note on the purple science. I did come and I added a couple of pumps along the way for petroleum gas. It seemed like flow rate was maybe some part of the issue, and so I have updated that, and sticking at tier 2 seemed to work out okay, which is good stuff. Part of the deal with, for example, upgrading to tier 2 modules is that the same petroleum gas goes a little further because we don't use as much of it to produce the plastic that we're looking for. Or another way is the same petroleum gas produces more plastic with the higher productivity in the chem plants here. This is all happily working away now. What's next? I guess we're doing the yellow. We're doing the yellow next, and this is the same. This is the same drill. So first we upgrade the interior, any interior speed modules. we can just do like this. It's kind of not a super awesome way to do this, but that will do. And then we can take our tier 2 upgrade and just do this whole shebang as well. It turned out that upgrading to tier 2s did not actually take that long. It could be that we had a nice stockpile going in our module production, but I'm not going to complain. I barely had time to do like one nuclear power plant extension. Are these already upgraded to the prod modules? It looks like they are. Okay, well that's okay. And we're all going the same destination here. All right, so we need all those done. And now we're back to waiting. How are we on power? We still have pretty good headroom there. So I'm gonna hold off on power, I think, while we chew through this stuff. That's a much higher number of things we need to produce. So I think in the meantime, I may go generate. Let's see, what do I want to do? I mean, this is a big outpost. Maybe I'll come down here and tap this outpost. That should get us covered for iron. Oh, you know what? This one's closer. I'm gonna get this one right here. I'm gonna get this one right here. So I'm gonna tap this outpost out here while we're waiting, and I'll be back if there is something to report. Okay, we're back. We have finished upgrading all of the yellow signs to tier 2. I similarly set up some pumps for petroleum gas to bring that across. We can see that actually all the plastics are backing up now, which is what we really want to see. And we got a lot more yellow science coming out here. As it turns out, yellow science is actually still the bottleneck somehow. So even though we have increased our science throughput, it's still yellow science. So where are we at currently? If we check the production stats for the last minute, science, we're now consuming, let's call it 580 science per minute. So that's pretty good. I guess we should I want to kind of watch what's happening over here with blue science. This was sort of backed up a lot more. We still have plenty of green science over here in the backlog. But I actually think we might be closing in on a point where blue science becomes the bottleneck, actually. If we just wait for this to drain a little bit more. Which, if we take a look at the production, yeah, we're consuming, where's blue science? 630, 640, something like that, but we're only producing 570. So we're probably looking at doing blue science next. So I say let's go for it. So let's see, I guess as promised, we did get a nice iron outpost over here. It is totally not needed, but I like to have a margin of safety. Maybe while we're upgrading blue science, we'll find another copper patch, or you know what we'll do? We'll come over here. I'll come up here and throw some beacons on this sort of like original oil expansion that we had up here. So let's get going on upgrading the blue science. That looks like these guys. And then tier 2 modules. right, so we'll let that work. Let's take a look at this. This is already tier 2. We'll have to see if we need to add pumps. Maybe we will. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, there's some flickering going on here. So I'll go add. Here, I guess we can do that right now. Once I get myself up here, I guess in the meantime, we can just get some pumps in like this. Actually, it's a little easier to do these guys. Do this one. Slide in a pump every so often. And maybe we'll stick one in the, can we get one easily in here in the middle somehow? Yeah. We can do this. And that will cover the pump. Okay. Good. So, wow, actually there's actually not that much stuff missing here. Although, wow, we're actually waiting on prod modules for a change. That's super interesting. I wonder if that means we should go update the prod module build here. Where are we at? We have... Alright, we should do the same... We should actually do the same thing down here. So, I'm going to... These are all tier 1, right? Okay, so then I can do the exact same thing. Why didn't that work? Oh, that worked. Oh, I was holding shift, that's why. That appears not to do what I want it to do. Tier 2. All right, we'll let all of that do its thing, and so yeah, like I said, I'll maybe throw some beacons and modules on an oil outpost or something, and then we will be back. So all that upgrade is done. Okay, now Blue Science is nicely upgraded to its tier 2 version. So that's good stuff. I believe, yes, the next bottleneck is actually Space Science. So this is basically the same deal. Are we at tier 3 over here already? We're at tier 3 over here already for Space Science. So it really is just doing the same exact thing. So that is looking like grabbing our prod module update, swapping out the tier 1s. There's a lot of these guys. Yeah, like 18 of these, right? 18 of these builds. Fortunately, these commands are pretty easy to issue. And then it's just a matter of waiting for the bots to do it. I found that it hasn't been too bad here, really. Okay, tier 2. Now, I think we can just drag this entire business. Boom. All right, that is going to take a while. We are definitely missing thousands and thousands of modules. So we will be back. While we were upgrading Blue Science, I did come and add, where did I do that? Somewhere I put beacons and speed modules on this oil field out here. So that should help us out. And destination's full anyway. And yeah, we're just collecting stuff in here. This is coming at 1,000 per second, so pretty good. Pretty good. I think, how are we doing on power? It's always a good question to ask. Power looks fine. So yeah, I think we're just gonna wait for this guy to happen. Okay, we're back. We have finished our upgrade of the space science. We're now at tier 2 modules for productivity and speed. And we have finished upgrade. I also finished upgrading our productivity module build to the tier 3 modules. So that is all sped up. We are now at an interesting point where, if you will note, we're pretty much using nearly all of the labs. And in fact, I did actually see some space science sort of squeak around once. So we are definitely, I think, close to being lab constrained. And here comes some more space science. So I think what we want to do here is, I think it's time to upgrade the labs. So let's grab our tier 3 upgrade, and we're just going to drag over all the labs. And that will take a little bit of time. I guess we don't have too many. We've got a few speed modules we get that need to be built as a result of that. So let's just wait for that to finish, and then we will be back. Okay, labs are updated. Let's see. It looks like space science is probably still the bottleneck. We're not having any space science left over at this point. However, this stuff is the last stuff that's not upgraded to tier 2. So I'm thinking we just finish out the tier 2 stuff for right now. Especially because there's actually not all that much of it. And then tier 2 stuff is all of these guys. All right, we will let that go, and then we will be back. Okay, that was actually pretty fast. So all of the science builds are now at tier 2. The labs are at tier 3. It looks like space science, as we said, is still the bottleneck. I think we're going to end this episode here. Let's see where we're at. Look back over the last hour, we're at 480, let's call it. So that's good progress. I think all that's left to do is tier 3, really. That is going to be, I think, the final challenge for Mystic Fish. So stay tuned for that. I think we'll pause it there. We'll say 475, just for a nice round number there. So 475 signs per minute. We're getting there. We're inching our way forward, slowly but surely, and we'll carry on next time. But that's all we have for today. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and until then, bye.